Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect of Israel out there that's pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. Alright, this lesson is going to be called Let All Things Be Done Decently and in Order. Alright, and the reason why I'm doing this video is because I was late to camp on New Year's Day, starting off the year of Karagma 2019. And you know, when you go into that word order, which I'm gonna read it first. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 14 verse 40, and it reads, "Let all things be done decently and in order." Alright, and that word order, the strongest definition, taxis, alright, and it means an arrangement, order, a fixed succession observing a fixed time. Alright, and you know, like I said, I was running late to camp, and right after I told them the brothers I was running late, the brother in my camp called me up, and he was like, "Look, man, like, you knew what time we're coming out today, even though it wasn't like a you know, a regular camp day. You know, I still knew the time, and you know, he even sent out a text saying brothers should be on their way by now, and I still was running late because, you know, there's really no excuse why I should have been late, you know, because I was well informed, and you know, I was out of order. Alright, you know, I'm doing this lesson to you know, basically help teach myself. But yeah, man, there's no excuse for you to be late. Alright, and this is Luke 14, and I'll start at 16. It says, "Then said he unto him, Certain man made a great supper, and bade many, and sent his servant at supper time to say to them that were bidden, Come, for all things are now ready. And they all with one consent began to make excuse. The first said unto him, I have bought a piece of ground, and I must needs go and see it." So he's saying, "Look, man, I gotta take care of my property. I got some chores to do around the house, whatever." That's not an excuse, man. To sup with the Lord, whether it's, you know, going to camp, fellowshipping with brothers, getting a lesson in, you know, that's a fixed time that you should be observing. Alright, dedicated to Yahushua. You shouldn't, you know, fuck your chores at home. And then another one, it says, "And I pray thee have me excused," verse 19. And another said, "I've bought 5 yoke of oxen, and I go to prove them. I pray thee have me excused." No, that's not an excuse either. If you got pets that you need to take care of or whatever, no, that's not an excuse either. Then, this is a common one. And another said, "I have married a wife, therefore I cannot come." So the servant came and showed the Lord these things. Then the master of the house, being angry, said to his servants, "Go out quickly into the streets and lanes of the city, and bring in hither the poor and the maimed, and the halt, and the blind." And the servant said, "Lord, it is done as thou hast commanded, and yet there is room." And the Lord said unto the servant, "Go out into the highways and byways, or highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. For I say unto you, that none of those men which were bidden shall taste of my supper." Alright, so that brother was showing me an act of love. He didn't want me to get replaced. So he's saying, be on time. You know, you should, like, be on time, man. because we know how gradualism works. First you're 5 minutes late, then you're 10 minutes late, 20 minutes late, and it just keeps on adding up until like I'm slowly going off, out of camp. So the water Bashim Yahshai, that brother got on to me about being late, but I think I said like when he asked me why I'm running late, I said I was like in the shower or something. I was like got ready late or some bullshit like that. And really that's not an excuse either, because I was like he said, he even said brothers got up early, had to do what they had to do. If I slept in, I shouldn't have slept in. If it was because I was still in the shower, I should have took a shower right before camp, But, it's in the past. You can't beat yourself up about these things. You just gotta know better and do better. Alright? Let's see, 2 Timothy. This is 2 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 4. Alright, and it says, "No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier." Alright, and Yahushua told us to be a soldier. Alright, so we can't, and if we're warring for him, we can't entangle ourselves with other things in this world, whether if it's trying to smell good right before camp. Hey man, I believe that Yahweh Bashim Yahshai would rather have me looking greasy as fuck, but still out there prophesying, than me be out there late trying to look nice. Alright? But yeah man, you just can't get entangled into these things in the world. And a precept to that is 2 Ezra 14 and 15. I'll grab it. Alright, and it reads, it's like 2 Ezra 14 and 15. Alright, and it reads, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and hasty to flee from these times. So whatever thoughts you have, that are distracting you from the truth, you got to cast it off. Alright, and that also goes into, when you read up a little bit and read down a little bit, it's also talking about whatever doubts you may have, in this truth, or whatever hell you're catching. You got to keep in mind that all of these things that goes through your mind in this world, they're very temporary. And a way to cast those off into the Lord, you just got to focus on the truth. One little thing at a time, because really all focusing is choosing one thing to distract you from everything else. Because really you can only focus on one thing. And if you focus on a big thing, then you get stressed out off of all the little tasks that you have to do on that big thing. Too many tasks will stress you out, and then you won't get anything done. Stress becomes that blockade where you can't do anything. So you got to choose one or the other. You can't be focused. You can't try to focus on a bunch of tasks at once. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You got to choose one or the other. You can't be lukewarm. But with that, I hope this video was edifying, and till next time, shalom.